You, me, and most of the world live in temperatures ranging
from about here up to about here,
with the average temperature on Earth being 15 degrees Celsius.
But this place is very, very different. The country and this city that I'm currently in records temperatures about 3.5 times that average. I can't even put into words what this heat feels like.
As of 2016, the city has been repeatedly reporting temperatures above the 50-degree mark, with it hitting a climax of 53.9 degrees Celsius, a temperature which on the surface seems totally unlivable. Yet more than 4 million people call this place home.
Oh, it feels like I'm in a sauna. This is crazy.
To make my trip here that little bit more interesting, I decided to visit at a time where a nationwide warning was released about an extreme heat wave that was coming.
It is scorching.
Holy crap. What does the future look like for a country where those temperatures are only on the rise each year?
It's 12:15, it's the middle of the day. I can't even put into words what this heat feels like. It is ridiculous. I want to feel how hot. Oh my God, the floor is boiling. I am dying. Oh my God. Let me show you. My thermometer says 51. That is insane. I really do understand why there's no one walking the streets, because it's too hot. Kuwait don't actually allow workers to be working outside during the summer months. They work at night time instead when it's a lot cooler. This is actually crazy. I have never been in heat like this before.
Before meeting with people who live here and experience this heat daily, I wanted to first try and explore this place on my own. However, I think I underestimated just how hot this place really was.
Well, my camera has died because of the heat.
Yeah, it was literally that hot in the first hour of getting there that my camera kicked the bucket. Hopefully my phone survives a bit longer.
And all these machines here, I think they're water machines. I don't know if they're working. Yep, they have water in. Well, that's good. At least it's free water around. Taxis here. To the Avenues Mall, please.
One thing that you can do in Kuwait when the temperatures are over 40 degrees outside is come shopping at a mall like this, Avenues Mall, which is the biggest mall they have here. This place is over 360,000 square meters. It has 1,100 stores, and if I want to walk all the way to the other end of the mall, it's about a mile. It is so nice and cool in this place, and it is absolutely heaving.
And the enormity of this mall in particular is a direct reflection of the country's extreme wealth. This is all because Kuwait has nearly 10% of the world's oil reserves, making them one of the richest countries in the world, with the Kuwait dinar being recognized as the highest valued currency globally. The discovery of massive oil reserves in the 1930s totally revolutionized the country's economy, so much so that petroleum accounts for nearly half of Kuwait's GDP and 95% of their total export revenues. And as I walked around the mall, it was evident how the country's wealth has since trickled down into its other industries. This, coupled with the extreme temperatures outside, makes malls like these an epicenter for locals during peak heat hours. And since I'm full of fantastic ideas, I decided to do the complete opposite to test just how hot it actually was outside.
So I've had a bit of an intrusive thought. The time is currently 5:30 and it is 39 degrees Celsius. So it's not that hot anymore. That's not true. It's still so hot. I want to see if I'm able to complete a 5K without dying or passing out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not try this at home.
I like to think I'm a very capable runner, but running in this heat is a whole different ball game. I mean, I already feel this. Part of the reason I'm doing this is to show my respect to the workers that have to work outside in this heat.
In 1952, the country became the largest oil exporter in the Persian Gulf. This massive growth attracted many foreign workers from Egypt, Iran, India, Nepal, and many more. And the impact of this extreme heat is particularly damaging to these types of workers who cannot work inside or out of the sun. Nearly 2/3 of Kuwait's 4.5 million population is comprised of migrant non-Kuwaitis, some of whom work in poor conditions with extremely high sun exposure.
I can't imagine living or working in this heat. You know, we complain about the winter in the UK, and if summer here is kind of like our winter, I would pick the winter every single day.
I know I sound like a classic British person who complains when it's cold and then also complains when it's hot, but I honestly can't begin to put into words just how hot this place is.
Okay, for any runners out there, my heart rate is currently 182. I'm going at a 6:20 pace. As you can tell, I'm not finding this easy. This is a very humbling experience. I will complete 5K. There's my hotel. There we go. 5K.
It's too hot.
It's too hot. How do you deal with this heat?
We have it now.
Yeah, you get used to it.
And if you want to see the results of what it looks like to exercise in that heat,
Nice. Sweaty.
I do not recommend.
So I'm now here at the Old Market, and it is a completely different place at night time. It is so busy right now. Everyone's out with their families. It is currently 38 degrees and it's just turned 7:30. The heat is making me feel lightheaded. It's strange. I'm about to eat at a very famous restaurant called Frizuela. Frizuela, I think you say. Thank you very much. So they actually have some cocktails here, as you can see. However, there is no alcohol. Kuwait is a completely dry country. I know a few people that could do it moving here. Wow, thank you very much.
Yes, this is mutton majbous.
Thank you. Okay, I've got something called mutton majbous. A load of lamb with rice and spices. This food is incredible. So if you can see, this restaurant is actually spraying the mist to cool everyone down. This place right here has a ton of air conditioning units and also these huge fans as well. So does that restaurant over there. I take it back. It is still absolutely boiling. It's fine when you're outside for about 10-15 minutes. Then I really start feeling it in my head. I'm not used to this heat.
Now, I don't know if it was the air conditioning, but I woke up every 2 or 3 hours with the driest throat I have ever experienced in my life. It's still dry now. I have been drinking a lot of water. I guess I'm just not used to the heat.
Hey bro,
Hi.
how are you?
doing? I'm fine, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Waleed has lived here in Kuwait his whole life and has lived through this rise in temperature. He is originally from Egypt, but he has become a tour guide here in Kuwait and agreed to show me around for the day.
I just tried to turn my shower cold.
Yeah.
It wouldn't go cold
It wouldn't
at
go
all.
cold.
Nothing.
It wouldn't go cold.
Yeah.
It will never go cold. The issue is a very high percentage of humidity.
Yeah. So when it's humid, it's even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot breathe, you know what I mean?
Wow.
You feel like you're choking, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, it's bad.
Despite it approaching the peak daily heat hours, there was so much of Kuwait we needed to explore. First up,
The Kuwait Towers, these huge balls. That one is filled with water, and I think that one is as well. It is scorching. I have come inside the Kuwait Towers. The floor is actually rotating very slowly, but it is moving. This is going to be extremely essential to my trip. Water. It actually feels like I'm in a sauna.
Sorry?
Like, it feels like I'm in a sauna.
Yeah, sure.
I've never felt anything like this before.
Yeah, I remember the last few years, Kuwait hit it like the hottest spot on the globe in the world.
Yeah,
You know?
my camera is already showing the overheating sign. It's like hot to touch right now. It's actually like being in a sauna. Like someone's got a hairdryer and they're blowing it in your face.
ever since 2016, Kuwait has been recording regular temperatures of above 50 degrees. And last year alone, the temperature gauge hit over 50 degrees Celsius on 19 days. And as we progressed further into the day, the temperature just kept rising and rising.
Yeah, 47. Wow.
Causeway, it's in fact reached 36 kilometers. It's considered the fourth longest causeway around the globe.
Where does it go from?
In fact, it's connecting between the Kuwait City, and the place in the desert called Subiya Desert.
And this causeway was built as part of a connection point into a large infrastructure project which is currently under development. Now I couldn't find a good website about this, so I thought I'd make one on Odoo whilst telling you about the project. Odoo is basically an all-in-one management software that helps people manage their whole business through invoicing, project management, inventory, website creation, and more. Building a website on Odoo couldn't be simpler with their 4-step process. I want a business website for my construction company. I'm gonna choose my color palette. You can select the pages and features you want to add onto your website. Build my website. Kuwait are building a smart megacity called Silk City, estimated to be a $132 billion project. As you can see, building a website on Odoo is super simple. You can just drag and drop blocks onto the website. I'm able to add a load of copyright-free images as Odoo is linked to Unsplash, which is basically a right-free database of images and videos. Silk City. I can create text blocks with different typography, and if I'm feeling really lazy, AI is built into the website builder, so I can get ChatGPT to rewrite everything for me. This city will be a figure piece for Kuwait 2035, a vision which aims to transform Kuwait into a financial and trade hub. And I'm sure there will be plenty of businesses that could benefit from Odoo, as your first application is free for life with unlimited hosting and support. They're also offering a free personalized domain for 1 year, so if you click the link down below or scan the QR code on screen, simplify the way you manage your business or just make a website for free, because you can. So we've just driven down the causeway and we've come to this viewpoint of the whole city. It's beautiful. One thing which is synonymous with Kuwaiti deserts is the large herds of camels which are raised here. It's really amazing how they just survive out in this heat.
Yeah.
Hello camels. Are they quite friendly or are they aggressive
Oh
sometimes?
yeah, they are friendly.
I do not know how they're outside all day in this heat. Oh, this one's friendly. Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
Phew. It's strange because it is so unbelievably hot outside, but I'm not really sweating that much because it's not too humid in these months. It's such a dry heat. Coming to Kuwait, I really wanted to learn about the coping mechanisms of the locals who work in these extreme temperatures. And with that, we came across a farmer who has worked in the Kuwaiti desert for years. Does he ever come out in the middle of the day, or just in the morning and the evenings, or?
From 6 to 11, starting from 3 p.m.
And how does he feel about the temperature and the heat?
Yeah, we accommodated already.
He's got a puppy.
There's many.
Wow.
6 puppies.
Oh my god.
They had 6 puppies before. Just 1 left.
Are they underneath here?
No, they have been dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
What, the puppies have died because of the heat?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sad. Oh. Imagine spending 2.5 years just living in this caravan, looking after these camels, these dogs. I would get pretty lonely. I don't know about you. Aww. And this big bag here is all of their water, which gets dropped off by a truck. It's used for the dogs to drink and of course for the camels to have water. Wow, I think, so we must have been outside for what, like half an hour, 45 minutes there. It is really hot, but the main thing is my throat is so dry.
Yeah.
And my mouth is so dry. Could you live in the desert for 2.5 years?
Oh, I don't know, but
You don't know? I don't think I could. I would be too lonely. Now there's one activity which you always see people doing online when they come on holiday to the Middle East, and I was gonna be no different. So I've come to this ATV and buggy rental place in the middle of the desert. Thank you. Alright, I've got my little dune buggy. It doesn't go very fast, but that's probably a good thing, to be honest. I read online that there was a load of unexploded landmines in Kuwait. Uh-oh. Bloody hell. So hopefully I don't come across any. Just a random lonely sofa, another chair over there. There's a ton of sofas just left out here in the desert. Woo! That right there is a toilet in the middle of the desert. Pretty random, that.
في عربك
شكرا.
عفوا.
Thank you very much. It's so hot. I don't know how you live with the heat.
he's adopted.
Adapted.
Yeah.
يعني هو الشهر يصير بلاك.
if you stay here 1 month, it would be better. Don't worry.
After a day spent in the scorching sun, there's one sure way to cool yourself down. Scuba diving.
Do I look good?
It was my first time ever attempting to scuba dive, so I needed my instructor Abdullah to teach me the ropes before heading out properly the next day. Scuba diving is something I've always wanted to do, but I would be lying if I said that deciding to do it in Kuwait wasn't motivated by the idea of getting out to sea and escaping the heat.
Ben, nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Alright, here we are in the middle of the Persian Gulf? The Arabian Gulf.
You don't call it Persian Gulf.
No? I called it the Persian Gulf and they weren't too happy.
Yeah, the water's so clear.
Yeah, the water looks so nice and clear. It's really not that hot on the boat, you know? I'm quite surprised.
And the wind here is really nice.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
breeze is really cool.
Wow, look at that, 45 degrees. That's insane.
And after letting everyone else go first, it was my time to put Abdullah's training to the test.
Sugar?
Okay, clear. Okay, clear.
I know you always see incredible videos online of people scuba diving in clear blue waters, surrounded by all of the sea's creatures, but I can't put into words how surreal a feeling it actually is to experience it.
There we go. DFD complete. Oh,
Completed. How's the heat?
the temperature just wasn't nearly as hot.
Yes.
But then as we were coming back into the city, you could just feel like when we got
heat.
within a mile or something, you could
Like
just,
a massive air dryer.
it was
blown.
genuinely
Yeah.
like someone just suddenly it was like someone just started blowing hot air in your face.
You know, this is what you get when you decide to visit the hottest country
Yeah.
in the world.
So Abdullah was just telling me how he's left his lighter in his car before and it's exploded
Yes.
in the car just because of the sun and the heat.
The sun and the heat, so
Wow.
it explodes. When people leave a water bottle inside the car,
Yeah.
or the curves of the bottle acts like a magnifying glass, and it will set the car on fire.
Wow.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's
A free physics lesson in
we-
Kuwait.
we would never have to think about that, you know. So you're proud to be Kuwaiti.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I will never move out of this country.
Yeah.
I'll live here forever.
What does it mean to be Kuwaiti for you?
Well, that you belong to this culture.
Yeah.
You belong to those people here. This means a lot to me, and it makes me like feel safe when
Yeah.
I'm here between everyone.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Despite finding the heat a real struggle whilst I was here, Abdullah's sentiments on Kuwait echoed my closing thoughts as I left this beautiful country, which I will definitely be visiting again in the winter next time.